Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today it's Lower Decks Day and I can't believe we're 8 episodes into, or damn near 8 episodes into Season 3 of Lower Decks. Today, Season 3, Episode 8, Crisis Point 2, Paradoxus. Anybody that's watched the original Crisis Point, which was Episode 9 of Season 1, saw that I got my ass handed to me in the reaction because I was not expecting the emotional weight that it was going to provide. I think I have since steeled myself, or at least I've convinced myself I've steeled myself for anything that this show can provide. I'm looking forward to being proven wrong because I absolutely loved episodes 9 and 10 of season 1. They were my favorite 2-episode stretch that we've had just because of that, just because of how emotionally invested I ended up becoming. But my friends, all that is then and this is now. And what is now? Now it's time for season 3, episode 8 of Star Trek Lower Decks, Crisis Point Paradoxus. If you could do Crisis Point 2 Paradoxus, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. You'll be alerted anytime we go live with Star Trek Lower Decks or Star Trek the Original Series or The Expanse. Oh, hell, anything. You'll be made aware and can join us. And of course, if you want any of that early or in its full-length format, the link to the Patreon's in the description. Hate Patreon? Join the YouTube down below. You get it 24 hours early and some bonus episodes too. But my friends, there's nothing to it but to do it. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. See if I'm ready. And away we go. Just in case. Get my tissues ready. I think I'm okay. I think. What the hell?
We're being boarded. Let's throw them a welcoming party.
What is going on? Romulans.
Hand it over. I'll destroy this before I let you.
No, no, no. Oh, the Cerritos is hurt.
Destroy this joke of a Federation ship. Leave no survivors.
All decks! I hoped I would never have to give this order, but...
No, don't.
To it.
Captain, incoming ship. It's the Wayfarer. Thank the prophet.
Send those thanks to Captain Bucephalus Dagger.
What in the absolute F is... We're in the credits. What in the F is going on? Is this holodeck stuff, or is it say Bucephalus Dagger? I don't even know if I'm even close to that being right. This show, I hope that it's not true, because the Cerritos had her ass handed to her there. Listen, I understand that the Cerritos is like a utility ship. She's more of like, they always call her the workhorse. The California's the workhorse. Yeah, I got it. My thing is, I don't like to see her get her ass handed to her. You know, I mean, yes, I understand that she's not a warship and that she can't stand up to like a Romulan warbird like that, but I don't like to see it. That's why anytime we ever see a physical confrontation or a ship-to-ship potential thing, I always say run, because I know that she can't stand up to that stuff.
I think it's time we introduce this warbird to the biggest kid on the block.
You're the cap. Target those disruptors.
Okay, I'm going to wait for the explanation.
What were the Melpinar triplets after this time?
The Chronogami, a top-secret Starfleet prototype which can penetrate temporal barriers. And now the Romulans have it, and I'd bet my pips they're going
Computer,
to use
freeze
it
program.
Ensign Boimler, please report to Commander Ransom's office.
Woo, baby, that opening was awesome, boys.
Yeah, but time travel. Listen, Captain Dagger.
Okay, don't worry. Crisis Point 2 is twice as good as the original.
Crisis Point? No, you can't just piggyback off my movie.
Technically, it was my program.
Yep.
The Chronogami can be used to destroy any point in history.
What, does it make an alternate cinematic timeline that runs concurrent to our own, but with like different people playing younger versions of us?
What?
Let me know if you want some hot sauce while you're eating those words in the third act. I'll be right back.
Oh, he left them so they could experience the credits.
Oh, this is such fan fiction. All right, I've had an evaluation with Ransom at 1900. Boim's better not.
Rebecca Doodle.
Oh,
the auteur has returned. What did Ransom want?
What's going on?
Just reassigning duty shifts.
What's the matter? Europa, Starfleet Temporal Laboratory.
I'm here for your research, not your heart. Look, the Romulans have the chronogami.
Oh, of course.
It's like the Carol Marcus of... Oh my god. This is gonna be...
The chronogami's gravitons essentially fold world lines, allowing a user to travel to the past or the future.
Okay.
You go to bed, probably still thinking about some task you have to do the next day, then poof, you're gone.
Brad, what happened? What did Ransom tell him?
It has limited chronogamic functionality.
Ah, yes, a watch that drives the plot. Very convenient and not at all dumb.
They're probably trying to buy Wallerian Deutronium to power the chronogasmic matrix.
Chronogasmic? Okay.
Could we talk privately? Ooh, here comes the romance.
No thanks, I gotta go.
Wait, you can't cut out the romantic subplot? A good movie's got to have some romance.
Dagger's love life doesn't matter anymore.
I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, me either, lady. Okay, bye.
You never want to, like, leave a hollow program with nothing to do. They become, like, villains.
Do you feel lost in your way? Let Manuki guide you.
Manuki.
The koala smiles on us all.
What are we talking? Heist? Chase? Yo, Earth to Dagger, I asked if...
Beckett, you know something's wrong.
I sense Purplehead knows much. If one such as he is drawn to this place,
The holodeck is providing.
The holodeck's creating meaning for these guys.
I've got a lock!
Grab cycles, mount up.
Oh, hell yeah. Now we're talking. Dude, come on, we gotta grab.
Dagger to Vesper, take command of the chronogami mission. You are acting captain now.
Ah! Oh my gosh, thank you! We just spent
Tendy.
We gotta do this.
this! What is this? These random extras?
I am Knick-Knack.
Case in point.
Knick-knack.
We're gonna go find the meaning of life. This is better than what I wrote. This is important.
Important? What?
No, Beckett, Brad's going through something.
This is so fun.
This is so fucking fun. Go, Tendy.
Oh, they're activating the chronogami!
It's actually a really cool looking effect.
And if we follow, we may never be able to get back to our own time.
We have to. For Starfleet!
I like all of the imperfections in the feed. Starfleet Aquatic Research Center, 2341. They're giving it like reel-to-reel film.
I feel like you're not taking this seriously.
Yeah, because I'm not. Hey, who's that big squid?
That's Ambassador Koro. Never mind.
Someone pip Tendy up if she's captain.
What? You gotta have chips?
Rutherford.
He's stalling. The holodec's just building this dude a backstory on the fly.
It's okay.
No, this guy can't be part of the Vindictiverse.
Oh, shut up! I went along with your stupid movie, which, by the way, didn't even have a real ending.
Technically, Brad, you didn't. It was Shempo, right?
Crisis Point was just a sad little tantrum so you could murder the crew. This is an important examination of the human condition.
I don't agree with that, but I agree with the first part.
Awful taste. Awful taste. Me.
Beckett, be a better friend here. Something's going on.
You've really turned a corner, Ensign. Nothing here but praise from the department heads. Nice work, Mariner. Really.
Thanks, Commander.
Hey, how's Boimler doing, by the way?
No.
William, his transporter clone on the Titan, died this morning. Freak gas leak. Neurocene flooded his quarters. He was asleep. Hell of a way to go. I gave Mr. Boimler the news earlier today. He's on bereavement leave. He didn't say anything?
What?
When I've got a case of the blues, I lean on my besties pretty hard. I don't know what I'd do without Honus the bartender, Nurse Westlake, and Matt the whale.
The bartender. So William Boimler was killed by a gas leak in his room? That can't be right.
An ancestor of Ambassador Koro is inside that aquarium. They're going to take out his whole family line.
Oi, drop the shiny gizmo, mate.
Oi.
Look, we don't want any witnesses.
What are you doing?
I'm robbing these street punks so we can all dress up in these old-timey outfits.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
But that's like the fun part of the whole time travel thing.
No! Stop messing around.
Tendy's in it. Tendy's in it to win it.
Don't touch me. Your characters don't even have names.
You know nothing of our ways. Acolyte 2!
Acolyte 2?
I'm friends with the lead character, you idiots.
Hey,
Oh, maybe not.
I can't make a good movie. I can hardly make a bad one. It fell apart right after you left.
Oh, come on, Beckett.
I'm so sorry. You must feel terrible. Why didn't you say something?
I haven't really processed it. I mean, he was an exact copy of me.
Yeah.
Make all of this matter because then I would matter. Mariner,
I found deeper meaning in Rise of Vindicta, and it was totally unscripted. If I did it, you can too.
but it's a bad story.
Yeah, it's an uneven slog that totally ignores the successes of the original, but it's...
Okay, first we have to figure a way out of this bridge.
Knick-knack! Thank God!
I'm in love with you.
I'm in love with you too, buddy. Let's go.
Okay, hey, there's your romance.
Yep.
Here comes the big heroic speech where you turn him around from being...
That's right, Brad's pissed.
Okay, third act knick-knack reveal.
Get him, Knick-knack. Oh,
Look at this. If I pull these two folds of skin together,
this is crazy. I'm totally into it, though. Founding of the Federation.
I hope you know what you're doing, Toussaint.
Rutherford, will you stop f***ing around?
I almost got it.
No, Tiana!
No. Stay with me, Dr. T. You're gonna be okay.
Don't bullshit. Bullshit.
Oh,
Smells
Tendi.
like fried Romulan in here, huh, guy?
Rutherford, get out.
Damn it, Rutherford! Why aren't you taking this seriously?
Because we're having fun. What's the big deal?
This isn't fun for me.
Read the room. Boy,
You want to be a captain?
Yes! Oh, wow. I've never said that out loud before. Yes, I do.
and you'll make a fucking amazing one, Tendi.
Are you kidding? I'd want you as my captain anytime.
I can't even tell you what that means to me.
Captain Vesper, your crew is ready. What are your orders?
There you go,
Time to
Rutherford.
take a page from the Melpinar's book.
Back to the beginning. They'll be waiting for him. Yep. So what was done differently?
This is Acting Captain Mina Vesper. You're too late. With the Chronogami, we will destroy everything you hold dear. That would be true if you had the Chronogami and not your own bomb.
Way to go, Captain!
That choked me up a little bit. This is the season of Tendi, I'm here to say. Tendi is rocketing away. The launch was successful and she is flying. I just I can't believe they killed the clone. I don't believe that because there's too much story left in that. A gas leak in his quarters? Kitty Hawk.
Kitty Hawk? Kitty Hawk? That reveal doesn't make any sense!
Brad, come on. Leanne. It's gonna give you exactly that.
Ugh.
It's gonna give you exactly that.
Mariner?
Steady, Athos.
No.
Captain Kirk?
Oh my, no. It's Captain Sulu.
Oh my gosh, Captain Sulu. Even better. What is this place?
Pretty nice spread, right? There's even a hot tub in the back.
The afterlife? The Nexus?
It's Idaho. Would you like to feed the horsey?
Oh, Sulu.
I didn't program any of this. I was in the holodeck trying to find meaning in the randomness of death.
Just listen, Brad.
Brad, I've lost many friends. Some heroically, some tragically. The randomness of death is merely a reflection of the unexpected joys we find in life.
So if I spend my life worrying about a meaningless death, I'll...
Have a meaningless life.
Happy to help a fellow Starfleet officer looking for answers. Horsey's going to bite you now.
What?
Holodeck might be fake, but dehydration is real.
So I was dreaming?
Sorry you didn't find out the meaning of life today.
You know what? I think maybe I shouldn't have been looking for it. Sorry my movie was a letdown.
Oh, man.
It was amazing!
Really?
I don't know what you guys got into, but our story was sick. Tendi rocked it.
Tendi was amazing.
Would you get the hell out of here? Stevens leaned against the warp.
I'm trying not to cry because the comments that Sulu made, it's like he was talking about the other cast. And they're all gone.
Maybe this was a good sequel to Crisis Point.
Aw, thanks, Mariner.
I'm glad you didn't end it on some dark cliffhanger. I like happy endings.
Oh, shit. Oh, I knew it. Defiant?
It worked.
Welcome, William. Starfleet now considers you a dead man. Just how we like it.
Oh my god.
Isn't Section 31 supposed to be like a big secret? I mean, why would we wear special comm badges that advertise who we are?
You could still be dead.
No, you know what? I like the badge. I like the badge.
Section 31. Wow. Okay. George. All right, my friends, we just got done watching Star Trek Lower Decks Season 3, Episode 8, Crisis Point 2, Paradoxus. And the only thing we have left to do now is to talk about it. All right, my friends, we just got done watching Star Trek Lower Decks Season 3, Episode 8, Crisis Point 2, Paradoxus. This one, again, I didn't really say much in this episode because I was trying to absorb everything because there's no turning back from these moments. Okay, these are point of no return type of things. And I don't mean that negatively. I mean it in a positive respect. We had several revelations here for 3 of the 4 lower deckers that I felt were profound, like maybe like series defining profound. Let's go with Beckett. Beckett's change is one that we've already speculated on, in that her situation now, from what we've seen, is the best that we've seen Beckett. This is the best that we've seen her behave. She's actually, Ransom is like, hey, nothing but glowing reports from all of your section chiefs. I mean, you're doing a great job. And that's what we suspected. And she didn't say something shitty. She was like, oh, thank you, Commander. So it's, I don't want to say Beckett's growing up because I never necessarily thought she was immature. I thought that this was a forced act that she was putting on. But now to have that kind of reinforcement from Ransom, who was her direct supervisor that Carol assigned, it tells us definitively that Beckett is doing exactly. She's becoming a better officer. She is becoming, this I don't know, the best Starfleet version of herself. I have a note though about this. Especially in Season 3, Beckett has been directionless. And I'm not saying that she's, been an ineffective character. I mean that what we're looking at with her is she is becoming very, very different from who we saw at the beginning of the series. Season 1 through Season 1, beginning of Season 2, and then the change began. Right after Carol's kind of arrest, that type of what we were looking at there. Carol's arrest kind of, made her come to the realization. She had that kind of little breakdown, like, they took her away in handcuffs. And it was that public kind of admitting that she was powerless to stop it. And I think that set her on a different path, a path of, I'm going to do better. But I think in that kind of blanket statement that she seems to be living by, I'm going to do better, she's actually becoming less Beckett than what she was before. Is that a good or bad thing? We don't know yet. We don't know. But like the Beckett that was always kind of, and we always see flashes of that Beckett, like today getting pissed at Brad because it was, she thought it was, infringing upon the vindictive verse that, this wasn't a very good kind of sequel and all that stuff. Yeah, those are things she didn't realize what was going on with Brad. And that's one of the things that it's a constant theme in Lower Decks, and it's deliberate because, again, these writers are too good to throw in things. They don't repeat things because they think we forgot it the first time. Now, my Swiss cheese brain will forget things the first time, but the writers assume that people have a better memory retention than I do. So when they mention something, we got to take them at gospel for it. If they repeat it, then we better be paying attention to it because they seldom do that. The repetition that we're seeing from the writers is this. The lower deckers, especially the pairs that we're supposed to feel have a closer affinity one another. Bradward and Beckett and Tendi and Rutherford. Those two pairs are supposed to know the other in their pair better than anybody. You can say that Tendi's really taking Tendi's really trying to do that with everybody. She tried with Beckett and realized they weren't as compatible as what she thought they were. She really reaches out to Brad and, in fact, created Bold Boimler, or helped create Bold Boimler in at least Dangerous Game. And and again, I will restate that I believe firmly now that season 3 is the season of Tendi. Is it exclusively Tendi? Absolutely not. But the character that we've seen kind of solidify a path that has grown in front of our eyes during this specific season, 100% has to be Tendi. Has to be Tendi. Because we have seen just too much advancement in her story, in her character, in her drive and ambitions. We are learning more about what kind of is Tendi, other than the I want to make everybody happy. We're getting beyond that. You know, we're seeing the real Tendi got pissed when Rutherford wasn't taking that seriously because she wants to be a captain. First time she's ever admitted it out loud. And I love that. I mean, there's no argument in my mind that this is the season that we're getting the most out of this particular character, and it is a glorious thing to see. Now, with that being said, we're also seeing a decidedly frequent mistake, not a mistake, but an oversight, like almost yeah. I don't want to be too negative in when I say this, but it's like a dismissal. It's let me put it to let me say what I is, and then I say what it is. Let me say what I is. Let me say what it is before we try to define it. We have a really, really tough time with, especially the two pairs, Beckett and Boimler and Tendi and Rutherford, in reading the room, in reading your friend. You're supposed to be the one person on the ship that can really read your best friend. Rutherford reading Tendi should have realized, well, Tendi's really into this. Maybe me going out for a sandwich and coming, maybe I need to play along a little bit more. She seems really emotionally invested in this. I'm going to play along. It's almost like, I look at it like this. People say, oh, it's a holodeck and they're having fun, and Rutherford has his own, right to have fun and blah, blah, blah. I look at it like this. Say you sit down in a movie theater with your best friend. You're the only ones in the movie theater, so you don't have to worry about, bothering anybody else. And you start watching a movie, and it's obvious because there's no conversation coming from your buddy that she or he is really, really into the movie. Like they are really invested, tears, like me, and, kind of like white knuckling it, edge of the seat type of stuff. But you hate the movie. You think it's stupid as hell, and you want to start making fun of it. Like just goofing off and trying to buy the time to get out of this, hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours of nonsense as far as you're concerned. That's the question that you have to ask yourself at that point when you're sitting there and you realize your best buddy is super invested in this. And you can tell they're your buddy, so they're invested in it. Do you start making fun of it, and robbing them of an experience that they obviously are enjoying and appreciating, maybe is the better way to say it. But or do you support them? You don't have to love the movie too. That's not what real friendship is. Real friendship is allowing someone else to love something that you might not care about, or allowing them to do something that you have no interest in doing, but you do it because they're your friend. That's the problem that I'm having with some of these kind of decisions that like Rutherford made in this one and that Beckett made early. Obviously, when Brad came back in, I mean, his physical carriage was different. Something was up. She should have recognized that. And for the same reason that I was pissed at Brad at the end of season 1 when he inadvertently revealed Carol and Beckett's relationship with mother and daughter, I was so pissed at him because he allowed the entire Cerritos to see or understand what this relationship was, that they tried so desperately to keep quiet. And I was so pissed because I knew that was going to change the dynamic on the ship. It was going to put a strain on Carol and Beckett. And the thing that I was the most upset about that was I never ever thought that Brad did it deliberately. Like if Brad knew that his comm was open, he never would have said that. He never would have revealed that to the rest of the crew. However, what he did do was, as soon as he brought that up, and they're selling those giving away art supplies, Beckett immediately got upset. Demeanor completely changed. Shut up, Brad, shut up. And he didn't listen. He acted like they were playing a game. It was one of those like ribbings that, she usually gives to him. And he was taking pleasure in doing that, but he wasn't realizing that this was seriously hurting the person that he deemed and that she deems back to be each other's best friend. And so I was so mad that he didn't pick up on that. And that is the same reason why I'm so upset right now with Beckett and Rutherford. Now, both of them came to the realization that they had effed up and made a much quicker turn than Brad did. You know, again, see, Brad went to the Titan, and so there was a, you know, kind of a, that apology took so much longer, or that kind of resolution and healing took so much longer because of that separation. We had a quick turnaround with this one where Beckett found out about William Boimler's death and, you know, was able to kind of reinsert herself into the Hollow program and help Brad out. Okay, came to the realization, made the change quickly. That's a new Beckett too, by the way. I mean, that's a new trait for her. And Rutherford, upon immediately realizing when Tendi said, hey, you know, I want to be captain, he said, well, hell, I'd love you to be my captain. And they went over and immediately started playing along. My problem with it is that, yes, did they ultimately do what was right? Yes. Was it a quick turnaround? Yes. Why don't they see these? And again, this is universal. The only person we haven't seen that has made this type of F up is Tendi. Tendi has not kind of disregarded someone's feelings, or maybe misinterpreted someone's feelings, you know, thinking that we're joking when they're actually feeling insulted, you know, thinking that they're just being curmudgeony when they're in fact depressed or saddened by something. You know, Tendi reads that stuff so well. And again, it might be something to do with her being an Orion and, you know, the pheromones and the ability to kind of pick up on people's emotional states. But I'm not going to dismiss it with biology. I think that Tendi is legitimately a caring person and a very observant person. She picks up when people are, you know, when they're struggling, and she usually gets very close to what the point is that's causing them consternation or you know, some type of problem. I know it's a lot to get onto a cartoon or an animated show, but I'm going to tell you what, this show deserves that. This show has given us these incredibly powerful themes, these incredibly powerful moments, and it's telling a story that they want us to demand these things from the characters. And demand them I will, you know? And I'm going to end with that. That's our Lower Deckers. This was an incredibly revelatory moment where we found out, you know, Tendi's ultimate goal is the chair. I love that for her. And Brad, you know, struggling with the death of William Boimler, you know, it shows just like it wasn't so much the death that he was upset about. It was the success that he had made and then died meaninglessly. You know, he had his own room. He had his own, everything that kind of Brad, season one Brad, noted as an accomplishment didn't mean anything in the end for William Boimler. And that emptiness or that lack of meaning had such a profound moment on him. And I'm wondering if that augments Bold Boimler or supplements Bold Boimler. And so, you know, you have this kind of carriage. And then, you know, Beckett, we know that she's trying. We know that she's becoming this officer. Outside of the episodes, between the lines, Beckett is performing the way that she feels everybody wants her to perform. But whether or not that's best for Beckett, we don't know. 3 incredibly massive revelatory moments for 3 of the 4 Lower Deckers. Rutherford didn't have it in this one, but I think we got a lot of Rutherford in Reflections. You know, we had kind of the same treatment in Reflections. But, you know, the moment of the episode, for me, in an episode, I don't even know how I'm going to edit that because I was so engrossed in that and just watching what was going on. Because I barely reacted, if I'm remembering correctly. Sulu. For those of you that are watching the original series, my reactions to the original series, I'm a huge Kirk fan. I mean, Kirk is everything. And when we saw the box with Kirk on it, I immediately started tearing up. I thought, oh my God, is he going to meet Kirk? And I think it was just as profound to have it be Sulu, because as I've said in my watch-alongs, you can't help the captain and Spock are just rarefied air. You're going to, I mean, I'm sure there's some people that don't like either of them, but for me, it's like those two are just, I'm going to like them no matter what. But beyond them, my favorite character is Sulu, and I've said it many, many times. I absolutely love everything that George Takei does with the character. I love the progression of the character. You know, Shore Leave was one of my favorite ones where they were down on the planet and he was running all around. I mean, he and Kirk together, like Balance of Terror, just really, really an amazing character that I love. Having him, yes, it was at Sulu, yes. But I heard, I mean, obviously you were going to hear, but you hear George Takei when he said, and this is the part that gets me, because he said, you know, George Takei and the crew of the original, when he was talking and he was like, you know, you lose people and, you know, some just fade away and some just, you know, are gone without me. I thought, God, it's like all the other cast members, you know, and DeForest Kelley and James Doohan and Nichelle Nichols, you know, all these people that he had spent not just the 3 seasons of the original series and their time on the movie sets, but these are people that he had gone to conventions with and spent time and reunions and been invited on the panels with, and they just always spent time, and they were always considered to be a family from everything that I've read. And that statement, you know, it just made me, it still does, it makes me very sad, because it's like he's alone and he knows it, you know, because he has no relationship with Shatner, I believe. And with Nimoy gone and DeForest Kelley gone and Doohan gone and Nichelle Nichols gone, it must be so sad for him to just, you know, be like one of the last people standing of all of his friends, you know? And that was so heartfelt to me, that he, you know, when he delivered that message to Brad, and the writers knew what they were doing. They knew in having him deliver this message, it would have a twofold resonance, and it did for me, powerfully so. And I just thought it was so well done. It was just so well executed, and it was just a beautiful, if not the most beautiful moment in this series so far. It was incredibly profound. And I'm going to leave that there. There's nothing more to say about it. It was perfectly executed by an impassioned, incredible actor who was speaking from the very depths of his heart. And it was just perfect. The end with Section 31 and William Boimler apparently joining the ranks of the espionage Black Ops Starfleet group. I knew that they weren't going to kill. I knew that they weren't going to kill William Boimler. I didn't buy it because there's too much story left to be told. And a gas leak. I mean, if they had said something like died in the line of duty, you know, he was killed on planet, I probably would have bought that, you know, and been like, oh yeah, he and 4 other people were killed in a, you know, away team that got turned violent. I'd be like, oh my God, that's terrible. And I probably would have bought it. But a gas leak in your own quarters, nobody else was killed, you know, on the Titan, I just find that exceptionally hard to believe. And I didn't believe it. And to show him joining Section 31, having that be the episode 8 of season 3, knowing this writing crew, I don't think we see William Boimler again until like, and this is, I don't know, obviously I haven't seen season 4. I don't think we see him until after season. Like, we're going to have a whole season without a William Boimler appearance, and then back. And again, I always suspected that we didn't know who we really had in Brad and William Boimler. You know, whenever Brad came back to the Cerritos. Now I'm wondering if in the future they are going to actually need to have Brad somewhere else and put William in place, or vice versa. We'll see. I think we got a switcheroo coming with that one. But my friends, if you stuck with me this long, do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live with Star Trek Lower Decks, the original series, all of the greats that inhabit the Star Trek universe, and the Vindictiverse, for that matter. And of course, if you want any of that early or in its full-length format, the link to the Patreon's in the description, my friends. But all that is then, and this is now. Now it's time for us to say goodbye. So where do we say goodbye from here in the 8th episode of the 3rd season? Where else? Heaven, otherwise known as Idaho. At the Kirk Ranch. Now dutifully taken care of by one Sulu. And I don't think it could be in better hands. And I'm so glad we got to see one of the greats, the original great episode. Until next time, my friends, Falcon Roll. I'll see you.